Hey, here's a question for you. Why do some people learn something once and then they effortlessly apply it and get results in their life, and other people learn the same material over and over but never really make a change, or it never really gets the results that they want long-term or short-term? Well, here's what we do know. It's not down to intelligence. It's not down to IQ or how smart you are. That is a misnomer. No. Instead, the difference between people who apply what they do versus those that know what to do, they just don't do what they know, has something to do with the process of how we learn. But what if there was a process you could learn that would allow you to learn something easily and effortlessly? Rather than like going to the gym to build your body, you've got to find a gym, join a gym, commit to the membership, show up, lift all the weights. Well, that's how most people approach learning. It's tough, there's so many steps involved, and they really don't know if it's getting the impact or not. But what if there was a system that allowed you to not only make learning fun, but way more powerful so that you could go through material once and have a lasting impact? Well, on the last video, we discussed something called engaged neural conditioning, and it's paramount that you understand what that is. So let me explain by using the analogy of an ant and an elephant. You see, we make decisions and we learn with the front part of our brain, the neocortex, crowning achievement of human biology. But that's almost like having an ant. It's hardworking, it's industrious, it makes decisions. But the problem with most people is that behavior isn't down to the front part of the brain. Behavior is down to most of our unconscious habits, which means that most people's ant that says it wants the success, it wants the new body, the car, the house, whatever it may be, and it's marching north towards those goals, is actually walking over the back of an elephant that's striding south. And what engaged neural conditioning does, it allows your ant and your elephant to get aligned so that you have congruency. And you can tell when people show up when they're not congruent. You know, there's something that just doesn't feel right. There's no absolute rock solid certainty. So if somebody turns around and says, well, yeah, I think I'll give that a try, you already know they're going to fail. If somebody says, listen, move out of the way, I'll handle it, I'm doing this and nobody's talking me out of it, there is a congruency, a level of certainty. And that comes from having all of the cells in your body absolutely in alignment, and your ant and your elephant marching in the same direction. And the reason most people have so much trouble with that is because not just their ant and elephant are walking in opposite directions, but their body is actually waging biochemical warfare against their potential. And I'll explain what that is. I don't want to go too deep on this video because that's a rabbit hole I'm going to uncover as we learn a lot more about self-mastery. But let's just say that your cells are constantly adapting to your habitual thoughts. Habitual thoughts are elephant, conscious thoughts are ant. But those habitual thoughts put in a different chemistry. Every thought produces a chemical, a neuropeptide, a hormone, a neurotransmitter. And those chemicals affect the cell's receptor sites in the bloodstream. So what actually happens is that your cells get conditioned to a certain type of thinking. For most people, it tends to gear towards more negativity, why I can't, rather than how I can and get out of the way, I'm doing it. So when you have cells that are conditioned to certain thoughts and biochemistry that follows those thoughts, guess what happens? When your elephant is in charge, which is 95% of the time, those cells are screaming out for more of the same, which means that we have negative self-talk. We start to procrastinate. And that's the problem, because most people are trying to train their mind to train their body, when really what's happening is that their body is training their mind. So unless you know how to break that, which is what engaged neural conditioning does, then you're always going to be on that cycle of rinse and repeat, trying to get 3 steps forward to go 3-4 steps back, and wonder why that all the new knowledge we take on is simply giving us more tools and more techniques to essentially earn the same type of money we've been earning, get the same level of success we've been accustomed to, because in order for your outer world to change, your inner world has to transform first. And that's why self-mastery is so powerful. Now, on the next video, I'm going to be teaching you one of these secret techniques that I use to interrupt that messaging from the brain to the cells. And it's a powerful 4-step technique which I teach my students that really allows you to transform and transcend the emotional patterns of self-sabotage. So please watch out for my next video. And this is all being put into an incredible new program that I'm putting together called Ultimate Self-Mastery. Now, I'll also say that we've ran the test groups with this. We've had people go through this material over the last several months. The results have been off the charts. I'm super excited to be bringing it to you guys because this is going to be the most transformational, powerful learning experience for you to achieve the success that you want, to learn faster, to stop self-sabotage, to stop procrastinating. And I'm going to bring it to you in a way that is so affordable, there will be no excuse for you to not be able to live the potential you want. That's my promise, because that's what my mission is here. So if you want to be part of that, then two things. One, make sure you join the early bird list so that I can give you some of the insights around what's happening and when we're going to be relaunching that, which is going to be on August 10th. And you're going to get like an open window to grab it at an amazing offer. So get on that early bird list, and you'll also be notified of the videos as we come out and build up to that, so you're not going to miss them. And you are definitely not going to want to miss the next one. So stay tuned for the incredible 4-step process on how you can interrupt negative emotions and self-sabotage, which I'll be bringing to you on the next video. Speak to you then.